Good night, whatever time of day it is for you. My name is Justin, Cool Imp, and all those names you've heard me joke about that I'm never really gonna say. Some of them are vile, venomous, villainous even. But today, we're waiting on one more person, and you know, it's a World of Darkness stream when you have at least one technical issue along the way. And looks like Drew just joined us just as I went live, talking all loud and shit.
Hey, you hadn't said anything. Don't blame me.
I blame anyone I wanna.
Uh-huh. Fair enough. I mean, I guess you can blame anybody. I mean,
you can blame anybody. It doesn't mean it's their fault.
I blame society. Society and the swans. A cookie to those who get that reference.
I blame Spoon.
All right. We're gonna give it just a few more minutes. We are waiting for our dear friend Lord Zed 2424 to show up. As I get advertisements for programs I'm not actively using. And while we're waiting, oh, just as I was about to talk about them. See? Told you. Every single time. So, when we last left off, Drew had attempted to drug himself and accidentally drugged Zach.
No, it's not an accident. He did it to himself.
And I will be honest, I forgot what Fate was doing at the end of the night.
Hopefully to get laid.
No, that
Hooking up with a were-chick.
No, that was the opposite of...
Oh yeah, that's right. You went home after being aggressively hit on by an ovulating werewolf. Okay, I remember now.
That's a rare sentence.
The things that will come out of my mouth in the middle of a gaming session, right?
Yeah.
Drew has heard some absolutely abysmal things that in this cancel culture might... Sorry, I meant cancel culture that might get you removed from the internet.
What, me?
So, we're going to go ahead and start out with Fate. You wake up. You are alone. There's not a werewolf cuddling you.
Very long, cold shower. First thing. Followed by French toast.
All right. Are you doing anything special with this day?
No, nothing in particular.
Here we go. This is the book I'm looking for. Like a little kid. Sorry, gotta find my almost notes.
And this is why, for once, I am writing down notes. And Drew, for the werewolf game, you cannot say I don't have anything prepared.
I don't.
All right.
I build as I go. My name, my character, what he's going to be, it all comes as I'm building.
We're gonna put that talk on hold for now.
Yes.
So, are you gonna you're gonna continue on with what you said you're gonna do for the rest of the week, right? Which I believe was a lot of study.
Yes. Albatross is definitely going to try to look into any leads on Claim Clawhead. They'll also try to find the time to make Drew eat his hat for drugging him.
All right. So we're going to pause you for a moment. We're going to come down to these two here.
Okay.
So, Zero wakes up. And I want you to start out the day with a stamina roll.
Okay. Sorry, I just thought of something funny that I just saw.
The answer is always 42.
Stamina. Okay. 2 successes.
Or timely, wimely, wibbly, wobbly stuff.
Where did you roll your dice at?
I didn't roll yet.
Okay.
Boom.
You wake up and you feel still. You don't feel nauseous, but you still have that post-roofie feel to you. Even though that's not what he gave you, and your character may not have experienced that before, you have a feeling of being out of it.
Lovely.
Your manservant is sitting in the chair. It's not directly across from you, it's kind of at an angle. But he is sitting there, he's sleeping. But as you begin to stir and move around, he wakes up and looks at you. Good morning.
It's what time is it?
It is 9 a.m.
Oh. Ah. It's too early. Someone turn off the lights.
I don't believe I have the power to turn off the sun. But I can cook you breakfast.
Lucky bastard.
Is our friend still here?
Yes, ma'am. You told him he could sleep upstairs last night.
Cool. Cook him breakfast too. And can you go get me a lot of ginger ale?
There's some already in the fridge. Let me go grab it for you. He'll grab the ginger ale, he'll bring it back to you, and he'll start cooking. He'll cook migas.
Okay.
For anybody who don't know what migas is, it's a type of egg dish that has corn chips mixed into it. Has some, you can also have tomato and green peppers and onions and stuff like that. It's really, really delicious if you haven't had it before.
I've never heard of it, but I want it.
It must be a Southern Texas thing then.
Yeah, no, I'm just some Midwestern weirdo.
And it seems like Drew is probably having to speak to someone at his job because I heard that clicker going.
What is his job, by the way, if you don't mind me asking?
Truck driver.
Nice.
He's a road hammer.
Oh, is that what they call it?
No. It's a band.
Oh, okay.
See, I think of a trucker and I think of berserker. My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Oh, I love those outtakes.
That wasn't an outtake. That was legit in that movie.
Holy shit, I didn't know
It
he had a
was?
channel. I didn't know he had a channel.
Who?
Your Jason.
Yes.
No, wait,
Neuron. Neuron does have a channel. He does mental health related things. He is a private practice, I want to say psychiatrist, but that industry defines things differently. So I believe he's a psychiatrist. He mostly specializes with veterans, to my knowledge. And the only reason I'm talking about this in so much detail is I'm waiting for Drew to get back.
Oh, understandable. No, I didn't know he had a channel. But he had a...
He's more successful than the both of us put together. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm like, shit. Shit. Shit.
People dig the mental health. I'm right there with them. For anyone who doesn't know, there's a lot of early. The only reason, Drew, you there? Drew.
I don't know what this dude's playing. This dude looks like he's playing something weird.
Hey, Drew, you okay, buddy?
No,
And he drops. So,
Yeah.
he does not wake up and come downstairs yet.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, when I said outtakes, I meant outtakes of the actual Berserk anime, because there's a blooper where Guts' voice actor sings that song.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
And he's at.
Hey, there he is.
You there, Drew?
Yeah, I'm here. Like I said, I got my 4-ways on because I'm moving a trailer around.
Okay. You smell Miga's downstairs.
I thought I was downstairs. I passed out in the chair after reading my book.
No, your character was given the bed.
That's not what I said I did last time. Well, all right.
I told you to take the bed.
I smell Migas downstairs. I don't know what Migas are, but they smell good.
Yes. And Drew, you know exactly what Miga's is.
No, I don't.
How?
Because I don't eat usual Mexican food unless you count like maybe barbacoas and breakfast tacos.
I don't know how this is possible. I will have your wife correct this. No, it's corn chips and corn chips and eggs and scrambled eggs.
Yeah, I pretty much do like scrambled eggs, or I do like fried eggs or something like that. But for the most part, breakfast-wise, I avoid like corn chips, bread, stuff like that usually.
Either way, you do
Anyway,
smell.
So you said that they smell good though.
They smell delicious.
All right then.
I will be texting your wife about this.
Sure, go for it.
All right. Food is delicious. Are you two going to have a conversation, or are you going to essentially just go your own ways?
So,
I don't know. She wanted to talk to me for something.
so, what do we do about the, how do I put it? The technocracy screwing with us.
Well, I mean, I found some references to other keys, but as far as I know, it doesn't look like there's any other references about being any more on this, you know, within this realm of Earth.
So we just take our shit, move on, go our separate ways type of deal?
I mean, have you found anything?
I honestly do not care.
Well, does our technocracy boy, does he know anything, or is he not going to help us?
I don't think he's gonna help us. So, I say we just go our own ways, let the technocracy blow up the world.
I don't know if that's a good idea, but if there's nothing that they're going to, what's the word I'm looking for? If they're keeping us in the dark and they've got a handle on things like guess we just leave him go.
Well, we could. It's up to you what you think that the traditions should do. How the tradition should do this. Because really, I got nothing for them. Because to me, they're a bunch of fucking tools. Especially the ones that they sent us.
What? Because they didn't take us. They didn't help us out when we really needed it. I mean, that's their job was basically to transport us. They weren't supposed to.
Then
fight for us.
why give us someone to how do I put it? Why give us someone to let's put the word babysit. So they literally gave us someone to babysit us. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind. I mean, it wasn't too much babysitting. They told us where to go, and that was about it. I mean, we were pretty much on our own.
I'm talking about the dude that sucks at flirting. What?
The what?
The dude that sucks at flirting.
I'm missing this last word you're saying. I'm sorry.
Flirting. The dude that sucks at flirting.
Flirting. Okay. Well, I mean, he wasn't babysitting you. If he had, he would have been right with us while you were under the weather.
Let's see. Let's see. I literally go there, tried to look for information, and he shows up thinking that he has to watch me. He does realize that I'm 24, right? And this ain't my first goddamn rodeo.
Well, maybe he was just trying to show off for his friends or something, or maybe he's under investigation.
Yes, the one that had us work so hard, and the one that we worked so hard for is under investigation. Like I said, I'm not in their politics. I don't give a damn about their politics. They could do whatever. Hell, he could go burn alive, as I get concerned.
Well, like I said, everything I found is obscure, if anything. I mean, they talk about the other keys, but it's, a lot of it just seems to be a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But then again, I don't have any of the really good books. Libraries only have a certain amount. Stuff I can find online looks like it's probably doctored. Do you have anything from your social media? I'm guessing hacking, maybe? Do you hack? Yeah, you hack.
I can hack it, but if I'm probably going to find the exact same thing that you're going to find. You know what? Let's just prove that theory. I want to prove a theory right. So, how much do you want to bet? I bet you $20. Or wait, no. I bet you a whole pizza that I'll find the exact same shit that you find.
Tell you what, like I owe you a pizza if you find it, or what? What are the ways?
Yeah, if I find it, you owe me a pizza, and if I find something different, you owe me a pizza, and if I find the exact same shit, I owe you a pizza.
Didn't you guys just eat?
So are you expecting? I'm asking your character, or just asking you. Are you expecting to find something different, or
no?
Find the same thing?
She thinks she's gonna find a hunk of bullshit that you found.
Okay. So he's like, all right. Well, tell you what. If you do find the same things that I found, then okay, I'll buy you a pizza. However, if you find something different, because you should have more contacts and be able to get into places that I can barely go with like a library card, then you should test out one of my new patches. Don't have to test it now, but you should like test it out like if we end up in like a combat situation.
You know what? She is 100% confident that she's going to find the exact same shit that he found. Because really, everybody makes her feel like she needs a babysitter anyways. So, after last night, so she's not feeling that confident, so she's going to take that bet.
Okay. Go do your magic stuff. I'll watch. So he's gonna go watch her, bang around on the keyboard.
So do I need a hacking roll?
For what are you doing?
I am trying to find anything that is irrelevant to this whole case things, undocumented research.
Where are you searching? Let's rephrase that.
You know what? I'm gonna search the legal web first, and then I'm gonna hit the dark web.
Give me let me pull you up here real quick. You're gonna give me intelligence, and you're gonna give me computer.
Does it count as hacking?
Nope.
1, 2, 3,
Google
4,
Food does not count as real hacking.
It's gonna be what I'm doing is loud, so I'm gonna mute myself. Okay.
Okay.
3 successes.
You find a lot of stuff on conspiracy theories that in this one town of Wormwood, last time that anyone really knew about this thing, the key ended up turning up momentarily and then disappearing altogether. But the church that was there blew up. And everyone, as you read through these pages, you realize that it's all a bunch of circumstantial evidence at best. It seems like whenever a professor would try to overexert a simple thought and try to make it into something it's not. Mental gymnastics at its best.
So let's dive into the deeper on that church then. Let's dive into the
decommissioned church back in the 40s. Was converted to a small hotel.
Let's look up any supernatural about on that hotel then.
None. Just
None?
a hotel.
Just a hotel, so no weird experience?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, so if I had nothing new other than...
The only thing that people even point to is they say that the key was there. No one has proof of this, but they say it was.
Okay, let's look at information on the dark web.
Now you're going to have to give me another intelligence computer roll.
Okay.
Since this is still a rote skill for you, like you do it so often, and this is not a hacking skill, by the way. Getting to the dark web is not hacking. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Protecting yourself from the dark web, that's something different. But yeah, give me another intelligence and computers difficulty 7.
Speaking of that, she's going to do all of her prep, bounce the ping off of several servers, all that fun.
Don't even have to worry about that. Your character has 4 in computer. She knows how to mask her IP address. I could mask your IP address, and I don't have 4 in computers.
3.
All right. You find a lot more information about it. The hotel switched hands from time to time up until the 40s. They don't know what happened. No one can find a solid record on it. You can tell that some people tried to fake some records for it real quick. But what you end up seeing a lot of is you end up seeing a lot of things pointing out that the church was built sometime in July. A lot of people say it was built on the 7th, but you know how conflicting stories happen. Other people point out that it was built in a very special place. From its location, if you look due north, you can see 7 stars in a kind of distinct circle pattern if you close your eyes and squint well enough. It looks a little circumstantial, but you're taking a look at it. You don't know. You see.
Okay. Okay, hang on. Sorry. I'm going to stop you there. I want to take off that frame. I'm going to run cross-referencing software with any star charts, anything.
Okay. Not a problem. It's just... it depends on when you look at it. You're looking through the time lapses of certain star systems. None of them have it from that very specific perception. But you can see that there occasionally lines up 7 stars. It only happened once back in the 90s when this place blew up.
Let's roll it back to the 90s and let's go back another 30 years.
Never happens again.
Okay, what about let's go back another 50 years?
Doesn't happen.
Let's go back to the Dark Ages.
You continue to try and backtrack back until this happening again, you can never see those 7 stars lining up like that again at that location.
Okay, I'm going to try near the location. I'm going to look at anything of these 7 stars.
I know you're doing permutations. The answer is no.
Okay. So.
Okay, for anyone who doesn't know what I've just said, permutations is whenever you start going from 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 didn't work. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4.
Yeah.
And that can bog things down big time. So the permutations for anywhere in that area does not show up those 7 stars again. Just that once in the 90s. And I don't remember the exact date because I'm horrible with dates, so I'll apologize.
Let's cross-reference anybody that owns the church. Who did it?
Based off the financial records, the church was not making money. The town was too small and everyone had moved away. Very few people lived in that town around that time, and what ended up happening is they ended up just anyone who could stay would stay. Anyone who couldn't find work moved.
Was it connected to the Roman Catholic?
No.
Okay.
Just a church.
Just a church? Okay.
No one, the denomination doesn't show up, mostly because they didn't keep records that far back before the church got decommissioned and turned into the hotel. You do see that the hotel passed down a family line, but you take a look into the line and nothing's there.
Nothing's there, dating? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. I feel like I want to hack the military. I feel like I should hack Area 51. But we all know that they're run by the technocratic union, so I'm not gonna. Okay, so.
Government's mostly run by vampires, not so much mages.
You know what? Sure. Let's dive into. Did I get a name of that vampire?
Rune?
Yes. Let's dive into the history of that bar.
The bar has several history references throughout time. It just looks like I Justin here thinks it was witty at the time when I made the character, but the bar shows up several times throughout history in these 100-year elliptical patterns. So they'll show up for 100 years and then they'll disappear for 100 years. And it'll show up, and it's not always exactly 100, but that specific place, there are no pictures of the owner that come up at least in reference to it. The owner back in the... I don't know what the actual Latin for it is, but it was done in Latin. There was a person who was named Alphabet who ran it.
Let's cast any references with alphabet, other than the language alphabet.
You do not get any hits on that.
So, okay,
it's too vague, and there isn't enough history on that specific name.
Let's look at the name of Rune.
You get a lot coming up for that. And most of it you realize is garbage. It is such a vague and nebulous name that just sorting it out from some of the more interesting runes that you can find on the deep web that are supposed to be real Viking runes, you can't find anything specifically for that name. The only thing that comes up is a video game called Phantasy Star 4 with a guy who is basically an alien with long blue hair.
Did he have long blue hair?
No.
Okay, so he did not get their name.
Actually, Rune has... Let's see. Rune has hair longer than mine. You didn't notice it at the time, but it was actually kept in a, all of it was kept swept back and tied at a low ponytail.
Okay, so.
But you never saw him from any different angle.
Yeah, I know. Let's put a hold on that, and let's look up. You know what? Let's look up the bar manager of the restaurant.
Marshall pulls up a lot of titles. You only heard her first name.
You know what?
We're going to pause this.
Yeah.
Fate. Are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right. You get a notice that you might be deploying again.
All right.
That's what I was expecting to see with Drew, because I know he's busy. That you might be deploying again. They say we're going to need everyone back at the DC branch as soon as possible. They will give you information when your time is going to come up to actually go.
All right, okay. Albatross is going to get his pack up his tactical gear, gas up his classic car. What car did I say he drove?
I don't remember.
I'm just gonna say it's like an El Camino.
You get a text message. And it's from your werewolf friend who's like, "I apologize for last night. Being me is sometimes a challenge."
Yeah, Albatross just said, texts her and says it's okay. It's hard to be him too.
She'll also text, who were those other two with you? Were they like you as well?
Yes. Yes, except they're from a different organization.
Oh, I understand that. All right, if you ever want to, come and hang out with me, I have a place that's away from my kind, and they won't have to know about it. We could just Netflix and chill if you want to.
Albatross says sure because he has no idea what that means. But he does let her know that he's actually getting called back to Washington D.C. for redeployment.
All right. So you just get prepared to go?
Yep, that's what he does.
All right, we're going to switch back over to Zero.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't have much for you at this moment, Fate.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Again, I apologize that I'm holding up the game.
You go through the permutations. The bar popped up. The crime around it disappeared. Like within a 5-block radius, there doesn't seem to be any significant crime. You still have break-ins and drunkenness and stuff like that. But you don't see, there are 0 murders, there are 0 rapes, there are 0 Grand Theft Autos. Kind of weird for a bar to have that around it. Now, are you looking for more stuff about the key, or are you going to continue chasing down other rabbit holes?
I want to know their role in this, so I'm going to call the bar and see if it's open.
You get voicemail.
Okay, I want to basically say I leave this for the owner. I apologize, and I would like to talk more in the respectful way. I kind of had a rough time dealing with people.
All right. So, what are you going to do for the rest of the day?
For the rest of the day,
because right now it's about coming up on 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
For the rest of the day, I am basically going to
Well, I need specifically about 4 hours worth of your time.
I know, I'm trying to think.
All right. While you're doing that, Drew, are you back?
I am back.
All right. So, she's been at this computer all day. And while you're watching her do this, you see her chasing down rabbit holes that you're surprised that even, like, correlates. Like, she starts chasing down roots of the bar, roots of, trying to find, who this alphabet person, who Rune really is, who Marshall is. You actually see a degree of frustration when the names are, you can tell this, the names are so vague that it's almost intentionally meant to get many hits on unrelated subjects. But she's still working at it.
I thought this was going to be like a quick search. I was I mean, I'm pretty sure like what you're doing is really in-depth, but you know what? Just keep going. Just keep going. I'm just gonna write some things down.
So while she's doing this, you're coming back and forth to her. You're not staying like looking over her shoulder. What are you doing during this time?
I'm reading my book, the one I got from the library.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember which one it was.
Neither do I.
Writing down notes.
I think you were still. You're chasing down clues on the key, I think is what it was.
Yes. I'm writing stuff down there. I am also going over my formulas. Occasionally I look up at her, or when I go back to check out, and I write down some things about, okay, she looks a little stressed, okay, she's doing this. But at the same time, I'm going back to my, just making sure that there's no relapse in the formula that she had drinking. The chemical formula, yeah, she seems to be fine in that sense. And then I'm also working on
by this time, you hear her call and leave a voicemail. Were you apologetic? Like, really apologetic?
Yeah, because I didn't realize, and I'm going to say I didn't realize I was speaking to the owner. I'm so sorry.
All right.
Basically, frustrated past.
It sounds sincere, if not a little needy. That's the way it came off. A little
Yeah.
needy.
Yeah, because she thinks that at this point the technocracy is literally going to fuck shit up.
So I'm going to say this out of character. The technocracy is always trying to fuck up the world for everybody, every other mage. They're trying to fuck it up for every single werewolf, every single vampire. Anything that does not fit their paradigm, they want to get rid of.
But now you add the world-destroying keys to the factor.
Yes.
So...
Oh, please. If it isn't the world-destroying keys, it'll be, the... What's his name? Farnsworth. It'll be Farnsworth's Doomsday device, or his Doom Clock. Who knows?
Doom!
I invented a Doom Clock. You put your finger in it, it tells you when you're gonna die.
But yeah, your notes, you hear that, and from there we have 4 hours until the end of the day, for the end of the actual day before the sun sets.
Like I was saying, the last thing he's working on is he's working on the formula. He remembers what he's read and stuff that's happened to rats.
All right.
And,
I'm gonna make you roll.
How he's gonna retweak that.
I kind of gave you the wrong stat. You should have had a different stat. You should have more medicine for what you're trying to do. But I'm going to leave it at technology because I said that's what I'd make you roll for it. All right. You're making progress on the formula. You're finding that you can reduce a lot more of the additives than what you used to be able to have to use. So that's what you do for your day. Fate, 7 o'clock rolls around. You're not getting any messages back from headquarters yet. But that's not uncommon if they're trying to do a mass redeployment. Sometimes they're just lazy and the guy working the switches don't tell you anything. Happens.
Okay.
So, night comes around. And you get a phone call, Zero.
Okay, I pick up. Zero speaking.
This is Marshall.
Oh.
Hi, Marshall. I was hoping that the big guy was in.
Oh, he's always in, around. He might be halfway to LA by now, I don't know.
I just wanted to apologize for my other night, talking to him privately.
You act like you're the first mage to pop off on the mouth. Oh my god, this Archmagus once came in, sat down in front of him, said pretty much the same thing you said. I will boil your blood if you don't tell me what I want. And Rune sat there for a month staring at him, waiting for him to be able to do it. It was hilarious.
Yeah,
that's not the best part. Then he went outside and tried to burn the club down. Because his magic started working again. Bam! Hit the club, disappeared. He caught on fire afterwards, but I imagine that's a mage thing. That ain't one of our things.
Speaking of one of your things, what I heard from... I'm just curious. There's been talk around about... I don't know what he is. He could be a mage, werewolf, vampire. And I'm sure he would be happy to tell people. No, we saw that he was a vampire, right, Coolum?
Oh, yes! Rune is very much a vampire.
So, maybe... What I heard that Rune's kind of likes to make a deal. So, I'm interested in making the deal.
The deal? What type of the deal are you talking about?
I am...
Because I remember the New Deal. We're gonna save the country with the New Deal. And then everyone becomes reliant on the New Deal, like it's fucking crack cocaine, and they're fucking smoking it up their ass cracks.
I think we have a common enemy. It's called the Technocratic Union. And
What about them?
I have a strong feeling that I just handed them the keys to world domination.
Okay, it's not the first time it's happened.
I'm the suckers that lives in this world. I'm just a simple girl. I like video games. I like comics. I like movies. I don't need,
So
honestly,
move.
I can't. You know what? I like it
You
here.
live in a multiverse. We all live in a multiverse. If you don't like your current reality, go and find another.
How did you know that we live in a multiverse? That's interesting to me. Let's talk about that.
Because werewolves travel from one part of the universe to another. I have literally seen people die, and we're not talking little bitty deaths, we're talking big deaths. Turned around and seen them 2 months later, just perfectly alive and not resurrected. We live in a multiverse. We always have. You mages just are able to travel it. See, you thinking this is a lot more complicated than it needs to be.
Oh.
Do you know anything about the actual Infinity War that happened in the comic books?
She starts describing it.
Yeah, but what if Thanos was to take those Infinity Stones to a different universe?
Then it would happen that it will happen in our universe.
Wrong! The Infinity Stones only work in the universe that they are created in.
So you're saying that these keys don't work?
They don't work in other universes.
But they work at ours.
They work perfectly fine in Earth Prime. And then, who knows what'll happen? Maybe Earth Prime will no longer become the dominant reality when someone decides to fuck with it again.
I have a question. Did you just make a Flash joke?
Not intentionally.
We gotta talk more. I like you.
No, you're too young to understand. I'm only like 250. And I know that we live in a multiverse. I could have told you that back in the 1700s. This isn't like new stuff. These theories have been around for a long ass time. There's actually a universe, if you know any well, that is literally entirely geocentric. And then there's a grand migration, and all of these people all of a sudden live in a non-geocentric universe. You know what they did? They went on a rampage killing folks. This ain't the first time Earth Prime has been fucked up and has no longer become the dominant reality.
So you're saying that the Technocracy Union doesn't want this to be the prime reality?
Or they're trying to make it the prime reality and trying to destroy everything else. You never know. You can't tell with them. They're short-sighted and myopic as fuck.
Interesting.
What's so interesting about it? This should be common knowledge for anyone who's a mage. This should have been a part of day one education. You live in a multiverse, it doesn't always end up being the way you want it to be.
Hey, this mage focused on technology.
Oh yeah, then you definitely should have known better.
I kind of fell asleep during that class.
That's a bad thing, and that's on you.
Of course that is on me. But anyways, just apologize to the owner. I was just having a bad day.
Nah, you done stuck your foot in your mouth pretty good. The Archmage that decided to try to boil his blood and burn down his bar. Vampires can hold grudges. If you keep trying to poke the bear to make it better, and then rub the sore spot, that bear might just eat you and your family and your extended family. Not all of us are as nice as I am. Normally, they'd make you pay out the ass, literally, for the information I just gave you that you should know. So, you have two options in front of you. You can just not mention it anymore, or you can see what... I love this part when he takes this name. You can see what ruin can happen to your family. And friends. And pets. And pets' families. Oh, that was an interesting year. I followed him on that one. That was a very interesting year. But we copacetic now? Am I going to have to answer another phone call? Some mage putting their foot in their mouth and trying to make it all better with a I'm sorry? Alright, that's what I thought. Click. So, Drew?
Yeah, what I missed? I just heard like lots of ranting.
One-sided conversation with Marshall laying into Zero about how you live in a multiverse.
Ah. Okay.
Oops, I messed that roll up.
So, my next, she's gonna sit there and go to her retainer friend and just tell him, pack up, we're leaving.
Do I hear this?
If you're by the retainer friend, she comes out to where...
Yes, they're close by. They're near each other.
Yeah, she just tells her retainer, pack up, we're leaving.
Where are you going?
Let's just say we're going... I don't know if you want to come, but I have an idea that maybe we might go see the world.
Like right now?
Yeah, right now.
Well, I guess send me a postcard. Can you drop me off at my work today? Or at least back to my house so I can head to work tomorrow?
You want an answers, right?
Yeah.
When does this theory say that these keys are made?
The keys, all the data that you can find on them say that they were essentially in creation when God created the universe. They were pre-existing God.
If this is a multiverse, there's a planet that hasn't been made yet.
There are billions upon billions of planets that are still in formation, yes.
So, you wanted answers, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna go get you those answers.
Okay.
From
Well,
the big chief himself.
Okay. Well then I guess one, drop me off at my house so that I can get ready for work. And two, I guess send me a postcard and keep me updated.
No, I think you might want to come to get these answers.
Yeah, see, unlike you, I actually have to work. I just can't leave my job.
Where we're going, you don't need jobs. Jobs won't even exist yet.
Really? Really? You're gonna try to hit me and convince me with a Back to the Future attitude?
Yep.
All right. Zero, give me manipulation and expression.
Okay, 1 second.
Drew, you are going to have to resist with just straight
Oh.
manipulation.
Okay.
Well, good thing is, I have straight manipulation as well.
Both difficulties are at 7.
I need a 1.
Drew, you're gonna hate me.
You botched my roll, and I believe him.
We're gonna see. We're gonna wait. We're gonna see.
Yes!
You actually believe this might be a good idea. You have plenty of sick days available to you.
All right. So how long?
Plus, she's loaded. You could probably take a few
Alright.
dollars off of her.
All right. Tell you what. Since probably gonna need my expertise, other things. I guess I could help you for a nominal fee. I do have some 6 days available. 6 days available that I could kind of cash in. However, I do need to still go to the office and finish all my back orders, get those all done so everything's cleared. So when they come in tomorrow, they don't recognize it and I don't get yelled at for later or fired later. Deal?
Fine.
And by the way, are we grabbing our techno friend with us, or is this gonna be just a solo mission?
I don't trust him. He's a dick. I mean, one, he works for the Technocratic Union.
Yeah, but he's friends with a werewolf. I mean, pretty sure that's gonna
Do you
get him
have
in trouble with somebody.
question? Do you have his number?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't need a spy. Never mind.
All right. Let me. Yeah. You know what? Let's take me back to the office. I'll do my other paperwork or whatever. I mean, where are we going? Do you have a plane or something?
So we're gonna fast track this.
So what he's gonna do? Oh, sorry. If
What
he finds
is-
out he has a plane, go ahead. Sorry.
That's where we're getting to. What is the overall plan?
The overall plan is to take this back to let's talk to the god of creation.
Take what back and talk to that? Are you talking about the people who created the keys?
No, I'm talking about finding the people, getting the information about the keys from the source, and talking to the people, and doing the research from the source.
You have no idea. No matter what you come across, there's only one thing that they agree upon. The keys are made of an unknown material, and that they probably pre-exist the universe as we know it. That's the only one thing besides the blatant naysayers out there and the contrarians. That's the one thing almost everyone agrees upon.
How are we know so many dumb people, so smart people, but are so dumb? You know what? I heard the 30s were nice. I heard Chicago's 1930s were nice. You know what? Imagine if Germany actually won that war. We should go visit that.
So I'm looking for broad strokes here.
I'm just gonna go back to the idea is to go back and try to find the information from the source. If that's all I get, she's debate of Levy Prime and just trying to settle down. You know.
How do you want to try and leave Prime?
I'm sure.
I'm quite confused in this too. So. Out of character, not in character. In character, I have no idea what you're.
Well, while you're thinking about that,
I don't have any people that can.
Fate? Zach?
Just to let you know, Justin, my idea was to find out from, so Zach knows, I'm going to find out, how we were planning to go there, and then after I'm doing my work in the pharmacy, I'm going to call Albatross,
Okay.
see if he wants to tag along on some amazing adventure to boldly go where no one has gone before.
You hear that, Albatross?
Yeah, I heard that.
All right. So at some point in the evening, you get a phone call from Drew's character.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, so we're
Wait, how'd
apparently
you get
going
this
on.
number?
You gave it to me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I forget I said. I forgot. Okay, no, you keep going.
Well, just make sure to wear your hat tighter, your whatever. Anyways, I was just letting you know that we're going on a trip, and you're coming with us.
Yeah, no, I've been called back to Washington.
Yeah, Washington can wait.
No, we cannot. I'm already on the
In fact,
road.
No, you're not on the road
they
yet. You're
won't-
still in the house. Like, they haven't...
In fact,
So, pause here real quick. Albatross has not been giving marching orders yet.
Okay.
They basically said, we're going to give you information, hold.
Oh, I'm sorry. I interpreted that as saying everyone was being called back to Washington.
Yes, they told you that's what's happening, but they haven't... They told you to hold on and wait for additional information.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, his answer is still going to be no. Oh, and by the way, you ever drug me again, I will make you eat that hat.
what are you talking about?
I know there was something in that drink.
Well, there was something in my drink to make me relax and have a good time. The only thing that was in yours, I guess, would be like caffeine and maybe a muscle relaxer. Nothing big.
Why?
By the way, did you get laid?
No.
Wow.
You do that again, I will tear your hair out so hard your face comes with it.
Man, I was expecting that was going to work. I'm going to try something harder next time. Dude, you are stiffer than freaking a salute from Hitler. Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Wow.
Could you say that one more time? I didn't quite catch that.
I said, you are stiffer than a salute from Hitler.
Wow.
Oh.
Drew, I do not give fucked up experience points. You know this.
I don't give a shit.
Oh, come on. That was the best line I would have gave him for that.
Paul used to give out basically one experience point per game you could earn by making him laugh. Normally, it's obscene bullshit like that. All right. Anyways, he says this abysmal line.
Very funny. Anyway, you do that again, I will consider that an act of war.
Like, really an act of war?
I mean, technically speaking, you're poisoning me.
Yeah. I'll probably do it again then. However, if you do want to do an act of war, I mean, come on. I'm going to need your help. I'm going with Zero. You know you're going to... I mean, she's a little out there, but you know, at least I'm down to earth to talk to. Sometimes she's not. I mean, besides, if you're going to go to war with me, I'm pretty sure you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork and get it signed by your superiors and then get it dotted and, made in triplicates and then reset back and then file for, pretty much, it's a lot of red tape just to go to war with, like, one pharmacist.
My point is, it was impolite and I feel very violated.
And this is where I remind anyone who may be listening to this on YouTube or watching it live right now on Twitch, This is a fucking game. Nothing has really happened. No one has actually been violated.
Yeah.
Well, in reality, we all have emotional scars of stiffer than a salute from Hitler.
Oh, that's gonna be.
I had a dog in my lap that I had to pet for a couple moments to get calm down
Hey.
from that one.
I'm not, I didn't violate it. And besides, if you think I violated it, hey, keep in mind, I did buy you the drink.
You also put something in it without my express consent. Now, I am not the most socialized of people, but I know that that's very, very impolite. Also illegal.
I mean, come on, do you know exactly what's in most of the sodas and drinks you drink, or even your own coffee?
Yes, and it's all on a label on the bottle or can.
Ooh, no, half those labels are incorrect just to make it seem like it's more healthy. But I get it. If you think I offended you, my bad.
Of all the things
Anyways.
that happen at my table, someone's trying to justify, literally justify drugging another player. Oh.
I'm bored. I'm sorry. I get it though. I mean, I'm just saying that I have no idea where Zero wants to go, but she keeps saying something about where it started. So you might want to come along.
Why, what are you two doing?
I have no idea.
She's not going to be harassing any more centuries-old anarchs, is she?
By the
I
way,
have
he's
no
not
idea.
entirely wrong either.
But no, I don't think she's going to be harassing.
Is she going to be
Then again.
throwing... Sorry, you want to say that again?
Oh, I was just saying, then again, time will tell.
Where are you going? What are you doing?
You'd have to come along and find out, because I don't know.
Look, I am awaiting further orders. I am not in the mood to be court-martialed for your sake.
You get a text message. It is from your superior. 2 days
Speaking
holdover.
of,
2 days holdover. Stay where you are currently.
okay, I have 2 days. Can
Yeah,
we...
that should be fine. 2 days, we'll be there, we'll do whatever we gotta do, we come back. I mean, what could go wrong?
A lot.
Come on, we'll have a couple of drinks, we'll laugh about it. It'll be fun.
No drinks, but fine.
All right.
All right, so where is Zero going?
You two
I mean, like, where-
exchange information where to meet up at.
Okay.
Zero, where do you want to meet up at?
You know what? Zero is before she texts us out a location, and that's all they're doing. That Zero is going to go to her contacts. Hopefully, she has contacts. No, she doesn't. She's gonna find the nearest, hopefully, mage that can teleport through dimensional space.
And how do you intend to do that?
Hopefully, black web, dark web.
You are literally looking for... Okay. The dark web is pretty neat. It can get you a lot of things.
That's not gonna.
It cannot actually get you teleportation services.
I tried.
Sorry about that. So basically what
Men
you're
in
looking
Black
for
can
is someone
find
to teleport you away from where you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or ship. Something like the Void Engineer ship without asking a Void Engineer. Possibly a rogue Void Engineer.
Well, those exist.
All right. Give me a 1d10.
Come on, Void Engineer. Nine.
You know, you could probably reach out to the virtual web. You know, the Mage's web services, and you might be able to find something there.
Okay. So she's going to do that. #Mage.com.
Yeah, let's go with that. All right.
If you can't, put NeptuneCity.net at the end of it, and you'll be fine.
Exactly. You get onto the virtual web, and your character, Albatross, he's visited the virtual web before. He already has an avatar created and everything. If you want to join her, you can. Because this happens after you guys meet up. So I'm going to shortchange some of this. She does explain she's looking for someone to take us out of Earth Prime because she feels like the technocracy is going to destroy the planet.
No. I leave that conspiracy theory to me.
So you're just trying to teleport away from Earth Prime?
Yes.
Okay.
Because after I yell at Juicer that she brought the fucking spy. After he brought the fucking spy.
So you get onto the virtual web.
Bring no spy.
And you find the person who trained you. Just happens to be the only person on right now from your friends, your real friends contact list.
Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, you're on the virtual web. You are on a literal manifestation.
I know.
And the only person on your real friends list, not the people who add you on Facebook or add you on Twitter or what other social media site you might have. This is a real friend.
Okay.
They're the only person online. So, what's that?
I have 3,000 real friends. No, you don't.
Basically.
So, are you going to reach out to them?
You know what? Sure.
The voice that comes back is a robotic voice. He's always had a weird sense of Terminator syndrome, where he always feels like Judgment Day is going to be right around the corner. So he roboticizes his voice when he's on the virtual web. Hello, friend. How are you?
A little annoyed.
Why is that?
I'm looking for a ship. Or a mage that can get us off of this Earth.
That puts you in quite a pickle, I understand. I could see that, a pickle. What would you have to trade for a vessel?
Information, and that you get to go on the journey of a lifetime?
Journey of a lifetime is a very vague answer, friend. Very, very, very vague. Why are you looking to leave Earth? It's a wonderful planet.
I'm gonna pull us to a dark corner of the web. I mean the fucking Matrix or the Mage.com, whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna say, listen, do you trust me?
Of course.
Then stop asking questions.
What the jerk?
Because if I tell you what's gonna happen, You probably won't believe me.
Please.
I want to know about some keys. Keys that the technocracy has, and keys that are supposed to, like, despite how they use them, hashtag Infinity Gems are real.
Oh, talking about the Athema keys?
Yes, and I want to know more about them.
Oh, looks like I need to schedule myself a trip into another dimension.
Yes.
How many do they have?
I think all of them.
Do you have proof? This is very disconcerting.
We got them. Let's just say, and I go away from it. We got them too. Me and the guy with the mask. I don't trust.
You're the only one there right now.
Okay.
So whenever you go into the virtual web, you are going basically to a shard realm.
Cool. That's good to know. They have two, and then basically they were done with us. So I was
that could
expecting
mean
they
a
had
lot of
more.
things. How much did they pay you?
It was 300 tasks or 3,000?
200.
200 tasks.
Ooh, that is bad. I'm gonna stay here. You might want to stay here as well. Did you bring the tasks in with you?
You know what? Sure, I will. Out of game.
Well, at least you have a way of paying for your services before you become one with the realm.
I'm looking to talk to the creator of these keys.
Oh, good luck with that. Many more skilled mages than both of us put together have looked for the source of the keys.
Then tell me about that.
They are unable to trace it back far enough in time.
So these keys shouldn't exist.
You are trying to find an answer for something I don't believe there is an answer for.
I am
Our
trying.
magic can only go back to the creation of time. It cannot go before.
I am trying to figure out if my world is doomed, because I really like this world that I live in, and I'm the one dumbos that live in it.
Do you know what makes us a bit different than marauders?
What makes us different? Humor me.
Reality accepts us. That's it. There are planets and universes where marauders that like to smoke exhaust directly from a motorcycle is a normal thing. That is just how they live. Marauders, some of them like to pierce themselves over and over again to do their magic. Some of them like to simply exist. They like to burn like a candle on both ends. All of these places exist in the wider universe. Universes, if you want to be more specific. So we only have two options. I'm just going to hide out in here since I've been here for 6 years. I don't need to go back to that world. Everything I want is here. And you can hear that robotic tone begin to break out. But you have to ask yourself, do you want to live in that world? Just because it's where you were born? We're going to pause there. Outside, it's been about 10 minutes. She hasn't come back yet. Are you guys going to do anything particular?
I'd imagine Albatross was still on his way.
Oh no, y'all have met up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You do have a way of getting into the virtual web. You've been there before.
So it's been 10 minutes?
Yeah, it's been 10 minutes. That's not too much time in the virtual web.
How much would too much time be?
About an hour.
Okay, Albatross is not going to do anything yet.
Drew?
I I have no idea what she's doing. So I'm just like,
Just
what's she
waiting?
doing? Yeah.
All right. Getting back over to 0.
Hmm. Why do you like it here so much?
He has a pizza in front of him. Pizza's gone. There's a virtual woman standing next to him, and she is very buxom. Like, you know how he likes them. The proportions are all wrong. She's a petite frame with tits bigger than her head. Like he's never actually seen a real woman before.
Why not just go out of here and get yourself someone real? Or play with an illusion.
Define real.
Something that's not that you can pop into existence and make whatever you want.
If you're skilled enough, you can do that out in the real world. You can do that on Earth.
So, let's go back to this. I have 200 tasks. Why? How do I put it? I can't last long in here. How do I make more tasks to last long?
200 tasks would last you a couple of centuries.
Okay.
Unless you want to buy a sports car or something silly and obtuse like that. And you know the sports car is kind of more of a metaphor than anything real.
I want to live. I enjoy life. And I enjoy the pleasures of video games and not worrying to deal with people.
Well, you have the perfect place for it. You don't want to be seen, you disappear. It's a virtual web. You want to continue to stream? You can build your literal background. I taught you all this. Reality. Whether here, there, everywhere, anywhere, nowhere. It's only what we make it. It's...
Or that we live in a big program.
That too. That's all reality is. It's a matter of what you make it. We are not the sleepers, unable to change the world around us. We can make the world whatever we want it to be. I want this woman, she appears. She's gone because I don't want her here anymore. And you see him snap his hand again, you realize he changed his pants. Only because they went from a brown to a black.
You know what? So I live out here a couple centuries, then I go back to see how far it advances.
Absolutely, you can do that. That's what I'm going to be doing. If what you said is true, they probably do have all 7 keys, and they're probably going to destroy that world and make it all staticky. No changes. I do not like that.
So she, Zero just sits down, goes to the meditated state, and actually starts building her home. She goes, before she does that, she goes, I want to bring a friend in here. A friend that's helped me that doesn't deserve to live out there.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. You know your correspondence isn't good enough to bring him in. And although he trained you, he doesn't have anyone immediately available to help out. You had to learn your data magic from someone else. He taught you the basics. You're actually a better mage than he is. He's just more experienced. So with what magic he has, he works very well with it.
Can you tell me who to go to? Because someone out there doesn't deserve that world. If it's going to change and be gone. They saved my life. They stuck with me when basically no one else would.
We can wait till someone comes available. We're gonna pause here. Outside, it's been about an hour now.
Okay, Albatross is gonna try to get inside.
All right, you use spirit instead of correspondence, but it works all the same. You get in and you see the virtual web. It's the samey as it was last time. New pop-ups here and there. The virtual web is the virtual web. Basically, think the Matrix. Sorry, there's no easier way to explain it.
I just pictured the internet from Futurama.
Yeah, actually, that's a really good example of what the virtual web would look like. It's all entirely what you make of it.
Mhm.
Be kind. Rewind. 2 for 1. Large adult entertainment center in the back.
And because of where you enter, you actually find she's not too far away, and she's talking with a British you that person is changing from your perspective. They are changing their face like every 5 seconds through different nationalities. The same core structure, the face stays the same, but they don't want to seem to say one thing. Almost if they hold on the frame for too long, it's going to be permanent type of feeling you get off of it.
Yeah, I'd imagine some of the more mysterious technocracy higher-ups probably do something like that.
When they're on the virtual web, yes, they do.
She is sitting down cross-legged, almost like she's at a meditative state.
Oh, you must be her friend who saved her life several times.
He is not my friend.
You're meditating. Do you actually break your meditation and look?
You know what? She squints an eye open.
All right.
And,
yeah,
and
you see it's Albatross.
Yeah, so she squints an eye open and she takes a sigh, and hopefully he will go away.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm Albatross.
And what can we help you with? We were just about to wait for a dear friend of ours to come so we can bring in her friend.
Yes, my apologies. It's just been an hour and I was concerned.
By the way, it's felt like maybe 3 minutes.
For who?
For Zero.
Yeah.
She's fine with that.
So Zero's fine. She's not going to get absorbed by the virtual web.
Well, you can live your life in the virtual web. It's a shard realm. He'll explain the same thing to you. Drew?
Yes.
You feel a pull on you trying to drag you into another realm. Do you go with it or do you resist it?
It's not Drew that I'm dragging in.
Oh, who are you dragging in?
I am dragging in my retainer. Dragging in my retainer.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was like, she says somebody that has been there with her and has protected her. That ain't me. That definitely ain't this user.
I forget that.
No, actually, this juicer is kind of looking at both of them. Are they just like zonked out? Like, are they passed out, or are they just...
No, they have transported into the computer that they logged into.
Oh, okay. So they're no longer in the physical realm in front of me.
No, they are gone. They have disappeared. He goes, oh, this is not a mage?
They helped me. They have cared for me. They have watched over me.
To live here, you have to be a mage, or you have to have a being a spirit like us. Sadly, sleepers can't live here. They die and rot away. It doesn't seem like it to us, but this is a harsh place. You need a strong soul to combat not radiation, but the best example.
She's gonna stand up, basically stretch out her legs and stand up. Or float, depending on how she feels. Meditating.
Oh, thank you so much, Neuron Gamer. Thank you for the 201 bits. You are the first person to give me biddies, so thank you. Thank you so much. I will elbow drop you next time you're in San Antonio, sir.
Possibly tomorrow.
Wait, hold on. You're down here. Yeah, there you are.
So, she is gonna just basically about to get up, and then she realized she could do anything in here and float.
Oh no! You can create yourself a new servant. Just, you have to work out the math.
She floats over to Alcatraz and goes, "You ruin my life in the real world. You are not ruining it here. So I suggest you leave." I am 24 years old. I have looked over myself since I was 15. I don't need a father. Because bitches be crazy. And trust me, I don't think that you do corresponded data magic.
I'm not the one trying to pick a fight with someone way above my level.
I was done with you at a job. I took my tasks and I move on. So, how about you and your technocracy buddies? Go be technocracy. Go explore the galaxy. But stay out of my realm. Or this part, at least. I played your game. And I played, and I'm heavily rewarded for it. But I'm not going to be a pawn in whatever game you have.
So, we're gonna, again, is Albatross going to leave?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Albatross leaves, and he rematerializes. It's been a couple hours on the other side. Like, a lot more time has passed than what you thought should have. Drew, are you still outside waiting for them to come back?
I was gonna ask prior to that to decide whether I'm there or not. What time is it?
Right now, it is 10 o'clock. Where you are at and at your time is 9 o'clock. Both of them have been gone for 2 hours. Drew? He's about to drop off again, ain't he?
There he goes! And he's out of there!
And he's back! Are you back, Drew?
Yes, I'm back. Can you hear me?
At 9 o'clock, they've both been gone for about 2 hours. What do you do?
Okay. Like I was saying, I didn't realize you guys are I disconnected from you. Since it is late, I have actually already left. I'm going to look for more rats for my experiment.
All right. So, this is the moment in the game I was looking for. And it draws a conclusion to the game itself. So, Albatross waits his 2 days. And what he finds is a message to come back to DC. And he finds almost every single Void Engineer there. They have simultaneously rounded up every single mage they could. And they are holding the tradition, every tradition mage they can, and in close bindings as they can as well. So there's a lot of different contraptions holding different people back. Over the next 3 weeks, they start being drained of all their tasks. Every ounce of quintessence is drained out of them. Eventually, they perform something that you don't believe is really technological magic. It's not science. But someone at the top of the chain said, "This is science because I say so." And thus, reality is locked. Earth Prime, there's no more true magic. Every one of the mages that are left outside of the little bubble of DC is stripped of all their quintessence. They are separated from their avatars. And the avatars are forcibly removed from this reality.
I survived.
We move over to Zero. You continue your practice. You continue working on your AI, which you actually don't have any problem with. It's actually, you find it a lot easier inside the virtual web on what's going on. You find everything is easier to do with your magic. Since literally everything here is data, you have not suffered a point of paradox once.
I just want to point out that Zero literally looks like ones and zeros computer programming.
You are not the only one. However, at some point, you don't know exactly when it was, mages stopped coming in. And
I've missed everything that happened. So what happened? I know there's something about like
we'll get
voids were there.
We'll get to you in just a moment.
Okay.
So, at some point, subjectively, it probably felt like maybe a week. Mages stopped coming in. And the mages that were here could no longer get back to Earth. I mean, they could get to Mars, Venus, Jupiter, yeah, easy pie. But they're never going to the right dimension anyways. Those were always other shard realms. Off to themselves. The literal manifestation of Mars is not in the same on the same plane as Earth Prime. So you pop out there, you pop into Mars arena, Ares' arena, and you find yourself in a different reality than what you're supposed to be in. But you live out the next 200 years until your body slowly decays and you are nothing but ones and zeros.
And boy,
there's nothing left of Zero until you slowly start to see the ones have all gone away. You're the last one left. Then nothingness. Drew.
And she freaked out.
Yeah.
You wait around. You keep checking in to see if they pop back in. Albatross stops responding altogether. In fact, that number ends up being invalid after a week, and you have someone saying, "Who the fuck is this? Stop texting me." You also see something that's rather interesting. 3 weeks afterwards, whenever you try to vape in, you find you're not getting any magic out of it. Not a drop. Eventually,
Weird.
you still have your job and you actually have health insurance because you work for a good place, not a shitty place. You get there and you actually get a doctor who checks out your lungs and they're riddled with holes. Like, you shouldn't be able to breathe with how bad your lungs are damaged. But every time you try to reach for that magic, it's no longer there. It's gone. It's disappeared into the esoteric mist of wherever it came from. But you kept breathing in your chemicals. He gives you a prognosis of a year. But you don't have the magic anymore. With all the life magic you knew before, every time you try to draw on it, nothing's there. Gone. The abandonment is worse than the actual death that you know you're going to be facing soon. Your avatar, who you used to occasionally be able to commune with, gone. The funny little familiar you used to have, that magic hat and that battery that held on to so much power before, no longer works and you can't communicate with them anymore. And this is how we end the Demon's Night. Now, originally this concept, I'm going to say this again, this concept originally just was something I wanted to do because I thought the 7 keys mentioned in the movie was such an interesting idea to kind of pursue as an idea, as a game. And I'm really glad you guys came along with me on this journey. But I did have a hard limit for it. Once you recovered the 2 keys and brought them back, whatever happened at the end of that month, that's what happened. I want to thank everyone who is here tonight. Neuron Gamer, thank you so much for the 201 bits. I appreciate that. It's a big old lift to my spirit and means a lot to me. It really does. Anybody have thoughts about the game?
I got one question since mine was cut out. Did my experiment actually work
Which one?
with the rats?
Which one?
The one to make them into, stronger, faster, more aggressive. But
For a
not to kind of
while,
rip each other's heads off?
eventually it gets to where you have the formula more refined. But that's when you go to test it, and that's the day of the month. That's the night that magic died.
Crap, I wonder what that's going to do to the people then. I'll just keep writing out the research and find out.
Actually, what happens to the people who were under those effects beforehand, they just die of cancer.
Sweet. I could be a terrorist now.
What did you guys think? Since we've wrapped up the game, that is the end of it.
Well, I mean... Oh, sorry, you go first.
Interesting.
I mean, I would have hoped it had been longer, and we would have gone for more keys. More of the adventure, especially if we were kind of doing the whole jump in the spaceship and travel to different dimensions or shard realms. I think more worlds would have been...
So, remember back when they did the scan for the other keys, and they couldn't find any more?
Ha! We got lied to.
Yes and no. There was a black mark on the radar intentionally preventing the scan of one system. That is our home our home star system. You guys all rolled for it, and no one saw it. If you had been looking at the star map, and you had actually, if there were successes done, because all of you failed, none of you botched that one, but you all failed. Earth would have been not even on the map, and every time before then y'all checked it out, Earth was there. It was very brightly there too. But Fate, you had something to say about the game?
Yes, on the one hand, this is actually the first campaign I've ever actually finished. I've been- second of all, I mean, bit of a downer ending, but hey, at least Albatross technically came up on top.
Yep.
Sweet.
And see, that was kind of the thing is, one of the biggest things I know for me that bothers me is when a game ends without a conclusion. And I am glad to have been able to give you guys a conclusion. Like I said, I actually write out at least the basis of my stories for the first few games. And then after that, I'm good. I'm resourceful enough. I'm not going to say I'm the best at it. I'm resourceful enough to know, normally by the third game, I know how people are going to behave to certain stimulus. So I'm able to work around that. And it's not true railroading, but I know people well enough to know what's going to happen next. I present you with 3 options. Y'all are always going to take option number 3 because 1 is way too risky and 2 is not risky enough.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
However, I do want to mention something. This was kind of a pet project of mine. It's something I wanted to do for a couple of years, and I tried getting it together previously. I really like to see, again, I want to thank everyone for being here. The viewers, the players. This has meant a lot to me to actually get this one off my chest. I do want to mention something, though. I want to go back to Magnus. Now, for the people who don't know what Magnus is my Werewolf the Wild West game. This lovely book. I love this book. One of my favorite games has come out of this book. It contains some of the funniest stories I've ever had the pleasure of writing. It has some of the most dramatic moments in some of my games up until like tonight, where people were completely in character and talking back and forth. Love that to me. That to me is the hallmark of a fantastic storyteller. Is to get that moment.
I wanted to say something on
Go
that
ahead.
note. Fate, no hard feelings. Right?
That's fine.
Okay.
I figured everyone knew that we were in character when that was happening.
Okay, I know I played with some people that are like, why did you yell at me?
So,
I drug the techno crack.
So, the goal is this. I'm going to start working on getting a new game together. And this is going to be the Wild West again. We're going to visit a town that I made. Neuron Gamer. I've known him for a while. And Drew have both been to Magnus. This is a reset world, so Austin has not burned down yet. Fire Woo is not the Karen spirit.
Fire woo, I like that.
Real quick, this is one of my favorite parts of that game was this. They all show up in Austin. The Theurge of the group goes to the first spirit he sees, and it is a lamp spirit in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I forget the exact words, but he greets the spirit, and the spirit goes, fire, woo! I cannot think of that moment without a grin and a chuckle, because everyone at the table had a big-ass smile on their face, and it was glorious. It was one of those moments that make me just proud here. Like Kingdom Hearts. I'm powering up because my heart just got 3 times bigger. But
there was the Grinch.
Oh no, he leveled up for different reasons.
Yeah,
this was one of those moments where everyone, like, I got a unanimous reaction out of everybody. And there's only been a few times where I've done that, and I wish I could say I had more of them. But there was the description of the heart. Again, that's one that Drew knows very well because I was told never to do that description again. But I want to go back to Magnus. I like it. It's a good setting. It's set in the early 1889, I think, is when I set the last game. So it's still going to take around that time frame. It's going to be a pack of werewolves and maybe Farah. I'm going to put a big maybe on that because I don't know who I'm going to get for it yet. And I do want to, we're going to close out the session here in just a moment. But I did want to mention that. On the other hand, there is a game coming up for Zach's games. Next week I'll be playing in his Hunter the Reckoning game, which I'm just playing as a barely awake human. I'm not going to use any of the edges because I wanted to play a straight human in it.
Yeah, I might take away the edges.
And beginning on the 29th, he is looking to get a...
I have my cast.
So we do have a cast.
We do have a cast.
For Werewolf the Apocalypse, Vikings rage, or Valhalla raids across the world. I already know what I'm playing. I'm playing a huge ass lupus, who is a whose concept is fight or flight.
I posted the cast. Cool Lip and Drew. So.
Oh, once I start streaming, I don't click away from it yet. That's my bad.
But I'm just saying, I posted it before the stream, the cast.
I must have missed it then. But for anyone who doesn't know, and I know Neuron knows this, flight, not flight like running away, but a flight, is a verbal contest. If I recall my Norse mythology correct, the first time they captured Loki, they got whoever he did the flight with, I don't think it was Thor, I think it was somebody else. The flight was so bad he was shrunk down to the size where it could be fit into an acorn. Or into a nut or something like that. I don't remember the full story, so I apologize. That's my bad on not knowing the full mythology to it.
Also, people can watch the creation of it behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be doing.
But with that, we're gonna say goodnight. Everyone say goodnight.
See ya.
Good night.
All right, and as always, I'm gonna close this out like I like to. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. And may joy be to you all.